Hello and welcome to this Thursday's live game. We are doing the Battle of Savo Island again, revisiting it with some slightly improved rules. Wanted to take another stab, so I am here with Vice Admiral Gorichi Mikawa. You are
Hello.
leading the formation in the Chokai. You've just passed by Savo Island, and your spotters have detected an allied ship, enemy ship formation heading towards you. Um, you can see what appear to be two destroyers on the flanks of maybe a cruiser.
Okay.
You're currently going 22 knots and been running dark so far. You got the rest of the fleet behind you. What are your orders?
So I'm the lead ship,
Yeah, you're in the front.
and that's just the Chokai because the Yubari you said is
Yeah,
off.
it pulled off. You saw a destroyer a little bit further northwest, and so it pulled off to chase it.
Okay, so I'm gonna continue down the slot like I'm currently going,
Okay,
and to close the range with the American ships for now.
so head straight at him or keep it the same direction.
Keep it the same direction. I want to keep current course.
Okay, and you're going in same speed too.
Yeah, how about you said I was 21 knots, right?
Yeah, 22.
20, yeah, keep current speed.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, I don't know. I
Close
thought
it.
the keto was a Roman thing.
Well, I might run it in the future.
So I'm gonna roll the. I think they're turning, but the Chokai is going forward. So I'm gonna roll for the destroyer to spot the Chokai. So the destroyer. Think about that. It is what?
Do Crotchley and Bode get a screenshot as well?
Not yet. Not yet. No screenshots for him yet.
Oh yeah. So yeah, vision is like done in like the 10 unit grids on the thing, but all the visions in the actual document are given in inches.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, it's 1 inch, 100 yards.
Well, okay. So they are 4 kiloyards away. Oh, which is I don't even need to roll for that. Okay, good.
Yeah, fuck it. They can't see each other.
All
Too
right.
far
So what
away.
about radar?
Well,
Yeah, the Bagley has radar,
we're
and
just
that's
saying.
4,000 yards. That's directly one to
Well, they
hit.
already spotted him anyway, so we're good. So,
Okay.
are they turning, Squire?
Yeah, they're turning north
That's
and
fine.
accelerating to battle speed.
Turning
What's
directly into the island.
that's
Battle speed.
They want to hug the coast.
what's battle speed?
Yeah, what's battle speed?
I assume all ahead full, right?
I guess I don't know.
Oh,
So
oh,
move them up. So they're turning. So they're leaving their illustrious leader behind. What?
And the Ubari is they're just following at cruising speed, so there's going to be a bit of a gap opening up.
Okay, so we'll gap it. So all right. So now the Americans. You can give them a screenshot. Give who's in the Bagley? That was
That was
uh,
Sinclair.
Sinclair. So give Sinclair's screenshot should have the like half of the Chokai in it. Nobody else's should. Um, and then let them know that I did a trick on them, and we're actually they're still at the Iron Bottom Sound. Well, I guess it's not called that yet. They're still outside Guadalcanal, and they weren't able to do their mission because they're under attack at night. So they'll figure out it's Savo Island.
Mm.
All
got it.
right, so screenshot. Give everyone about 10 grids. Make sure the Bagley can see the part of the Chokai nobody else can, and we'll go. And at the time is now 10. I should have done there. 1:05 a.m.
How do I know who's Crutchley?
He's the one in the Canberra.
Got it. Wait, no, I got it. I'm good. What's the time?
1:05 a.m.
Oh, we should separate out the American players too, right?
Oh yeah, tell him to separate.
Would the USS Chicago see what was the ship called? IGN Shock
No,
ICA.
it would see nothing. They need to say it by communication. So make sure you're.
So they'll only see their ships and open waters. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, took the screenshot.
So make sure your screenshots
Yeah.
are top down, north up. Looks like you're doing good. Yep, Poacher, you did fine.
Oh. Oh.
We still need a screenshot for
Hang on.
Bodie. Or Bode.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, publishing that screenshot now.
Alright, then you can go give your update and get your orders now. Alright, General Mikawa, or no, sorry, Admiral Mikawa. So, your ship continues ahead. The enemy fleet also continues towards you. Don't seem to have reacted to have seeing you yet, so maybe they haven't. The rest of your fleet is turning north, northeast, and heading towards the island. I'm not sure what they're doing, but so you're kind of almost getting left on your own now. But
I see that.
what are
We
your
could we could communicate in the planning with the other group.
Yeah,
the
you
other
can you
groups,
can
right?
you can type in planning.
Okay. Um.
So you are close enough to start shooting. You could, if you turned and went straight for a turn, then you could fire torpedoes on the following turn. You could fire illuminations flares. You got some options.
Okay. So I could actually open fire this turn.
Yep.
None of the ships are illuminated, right?
Correct.
So okay.
I mean, you can illuminate them yourself as well, but that also illuminates you. So, and you have a flashless powder, so firing at you doesn't really reveal
Yeah.
your position too poorly.
Okay. Um. Have my ship make a turn so it starts getting so it's parallel to the other line.
Okay.
Okay. And prepare to launch torpedoes.
Okay. Not firing batteries.
Uh, as of right now, no, not yet. I want to get a little closer. I want them to zoom get closer to me.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Did you already get your orders, Chinleaf?
Yeah, Chicago is just gonna follow Canberra and the other ships, but they also asked me to send one of the flow planes for reconnaissance.
Okay. So,
So let me know how that goes, and then I'll include it in next turns
well,
reports.
we can. It takes a little bit to launch it, so you can maybe describe in 2 turns that it's finally launched. It wouldn't be
Okay.
super immediate.
What's the range on torpedoes?
They can go out to 6,000 yards, I think it is.
And how much is the full spread of a destroyer? Is it a 5+?
Uh, when they shoot all their torpedoes.
Yeah, because he says he has 2 spreads on each of the destroyers, so he wants to use like 2 full spreads, one from each of them.
Is he wanting to fire torpedoes this turn?
If he's in range. If he's in range.
So, looking it up to make sure. The max range of 6,000 yards. So to fire torpedoes, he'd have to fire them from the side. So he'd need to turn. First, he'd need to turn, and then he'd need to turn to go straight, and then he'd fire them. So I don't know if you want to go tell him that, because
Wait, so you mean like you'd have to go like this, then this,
Yeah.
then this?
yeah, and then it would shoot out that way. Because right now, if he tried shooting it out, he's kind of got to.
Okay.
It'd be like shooting that way, which isn't any help at all.
I'll let him go.
All right, I am back, and they asked for Canberra and Australia to launch their seaplanes. I was a little slightly confused because I don't see Australia as being one of these 4 ships.
The let me. So he's. Let me clarify that. Sorry, I didn't explain that to you either.
But
All right,
go for it.
Crutchley. I regret to inform you, you are not Crutchley, because
Huh?
Crutchley got he's having a conference. So you are Captain Getting on the Canberra.
Okay.
Me?
No,
No,
Crutchley.
me.
Yeah.
Who?
So
Huh?
you're on the just to clarify, the Australia has no clue what's going on, but you're with the formation on the Canberra and leading the fleet. But you don't have the Australia with you, unfortunately.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just to clarify, I didn't explain that to the umpires very well.
Okay.
All right, next one.
Moving to 26 knots.
Okay. Did the U.S. ships get moved yet? No, they didn't. So what are they doing?
So Canberra is moving to 26 knots, and Canberra ordered for both Canberra and the Australia to launch their seaplanes.
Okay.
Yeah, James, where it says FP on the cards, that's a float plane.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, so it'll
Is
take a
uh,
couple turns to launch them, so nothing. Just tell them they launched a little bit.
Chicago is just following the Canberra, so next turn I'm gonna say that it'll take about 10 more minutes to have the float planes launch, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
James, just checking. The FP on the Japanese cards also means float plane.
I think so.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Down in the
I put it in the
bottom right.
Yeah, that's float planes. It is. That's correct.
Okay, great.
So the U.S.
Everyone's watching everything.
What are the U.S. ships doing, or the Allied ships?
He's adjusted his order. He wants to stay at flank speed now that he knows that he's on like 4,000 meters from them.
Mhm.
So, so how far can these guys go at flank speed? The destroyers.
So the destroyer, they're going 23 knots right now. They can move up to 29 this turn.
All right, and 1 knot is
So 10 knots
okay.
is
2 knots is yeah.
1 grid.
Okay, 10 knots is 1 grid. Okay. So they could go like how many knots before they can turn again? That's
Oh, I forgot what I said. It's like I don't know, just
500 yards before responding.
yeah.
So 5 grids and heat.
So they go 0.5 and then they respond and start to turn and then go.
Oh, they want to turn to the left,
Oh.
like 30 degrees.
Okay, got it.
So like that.
So do
I
that
guess.
and then do.
What is the Australia?
The Australia's back here. It's having a powwow with command, so it's not. It doesn't. It's not in this. So the
So
Crutchley.
how many grids can it go?
No, not that far. It'll go. So it went 0.5
Yeah.
and now it'll go 0.15 further. So 1.5 grids. Yeah, about that far.
And he wants this one to end up like in front of this one. So I guess this one will just do the full like 5 grids this way.
No, it should be 3 grids. Something like that, yeah. And then these
Right.
guys.
And is there a way for the Bagby to now fire torpedoes at the Chokai?
It has to go straight for a turn before. So on
Okay.
the next turn, if it goes straight, then the following turns it can fire.
It would like to fire Star Shell or Star Shell at the Chokai.
Okay, so it's illuminated. And
Sorry, James. How are we handling dispatches?
they write it in their planning channel. They just talk to each other in planning. I told them that, but they may have forgot.
Okay.
All right,
Are these two circling each other? The Chokai and the Bagley?
I guess so. So
Yeah.
For the Allied fleet, they can now all see the Chokai. It's illuminated. Um,
Sinclair, are you dead or what happened? Why are you here?
you arrived late.
I just woke up.
Okay, so I'm gonna give him the Patterson. I'll make it. Who can handle a second person?
Oh, no, the Patterson is under the control of the Bagley.
Well, I know, but
Or do you want?
we
Oh,
now
okay.
have another person, so I need to.
Yeah.
Just give me a second.
Yeah, I'm real sorry. I fell asleep.
Is that grandson?
So I don't even know the name. I'm gonna name you Patterson. Change it.
Commander George Sinclair. What do you go by?
Okay, so who on the Allied side can handle two? I'm gonna assign you.
Since
I
I was
mean,
taking commands for the Patterson already, I'll just take
Okay,
commands
so
from.
XTX, you got both destroyers now.
happy to take orders and give screenshots and shit for two people, but
That's fine.
I don't want to volunteer to do like any complex stuff.
No worries. I think I might end up doing most of the combat
Yeah.
in a second.
Yeah,
All
if
right.
you want me to just give orders and like give rather give screenshots and updates, I'm happy to take a second
Okay.
person.
And then is the Bagley shooting yet, or is he just firing illumination flares?
I mean, he just said to fire the illuminate. He wanted to fire torpedoes, but if he can't do that, would he be able to also just fire at it?
He could if he wanted.
Is there any reason not to fire?
Um, at this,
Can the US ships move or what?
they already moved. I can't think of a reason why not. I don't know.
All right, yeah. Let's just say, yeah, they'll open fire.
Okay, so this is which ship? The Bagley.
Just the Bagley.
So they got
I don't think
five.
the Patterson's.
So 5-inch guns. They're at about 3,000 yards. So 5-inch. So within four. So a 7 is 2 hits. No, 1 hit. No, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, 1 hit. Okay. And if they take a hit, then I roll for critical damage. No. What's my rule? I'm not gonna do critical. Okay. So Chokai took a hit. I'm gonna mark it.
Is the
And
Bagley taking return fire?
no, they weren't shooting at him. So okay. So do screenshots. It's now 1:07
107.
a.m.
We're doing 2 minutes. Yeah.
2-minute turns.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
The Canberra sees the Chokai.
Yeah, everyone, all allies can see the Chokai.
We getting orders?
So what can I say about what's going on right now? Is there battle? Is it just eliminations?
So far, only the Bagley has fired a few shots. He's now illuminated by his searchlights, and then the Chokai is illuminated by his searchlights. So that's about it.
Uh,
Yep.
so
We
you
need
want
to
me to take
separate
any
out
other,
Patterson.
Sorry, did you want me to take any other updates, or just am I still good with the Canberra Crutchley?
Same person. You're fine.
We need to do a separate channel for Patterson now, then, since he's in control of a different. Like,
I gave him one. Oh, sorry, I didn't
Oh,
rename it.
he's also still in Sinclair too.
Oh, let me.
So you might want to take him out.
Yeah. Okay. So he's in Patterson, and I'm removing him from Sinclair. Got it.
okay, so do I say that the Bagley is winning or is the Chonkai winning?
Just tell the Bagley that they scored a hit on the Chokai.
Yeah, that's my. Yeah, that's mine anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, the other ships would know. They'd just know that the Bagley's firing. All right, I'm gonna go get my update. All right, General Mikawa. So you turn east, and you are being illuminated by searchlights from the destroyer due south of you, and they start to fire upon you. Um, and
Uh,
one
they
of them
fire
hits
upon me?
the hole, scores a hit. The other ships are not firing, and of course you can see what your own ships are doing to the north.
They scored a hit. How bad? How bad is the damage?
It's not bad.
Okay, I order all guns to commence firing on the destroyer.
Okay, and are
Full broadside.
you firing your torpedo now too?
Yeah, fire a full set of torpedoes, close range. Close. What's the like a close spread?
Okay, so you're firing four, targeting the destroyer.
The Yeah, and the cruiser behind it if possible.
Okay, got it.
But I want the guns firing on the destroyer directly.
Okay, and then what about? Well, I guess you're going straight if you're firing torpedoes. So
Yeah, continuing straight.
okay, thank you.
Am I able to send dispatches through here as normal, or is it just
Yeah, right.
normally?
No, right in the planning channel. That's how you talk to your
Alright.
team.
Am I,
Oh shoot. What were you asking?
what am I allowed to ping, or is it just like right normal?
You can ping your team. Yeah.
Gotcha. Thanks.
All right. So torpedoes move. 30.
Oh yeah, the big yeah wants to fire torpedoes this turn.
Ooh,
This is going straight.
so they go 30 knots per turn.
Also, he wants to pop smoke after firing torpedoes if that's possible.
The Chicago. How many grid spaces can a ship move per turn?
Um, depends on what speed they're going. But the Chicago's going 21 right now, I think. Unless he slowed down. So if they fired, that goes 30. So that's heading to him, and that's heading to him.
Yeah, he's firing like 16 torpedoes. I think he said it was like the full spread, right? Like basically
16.
all the ones on this side.
You mean
I
8?
don't. I,
You can just shoot
Yeah,
8,
eight.
8 from a side.
Yeah.
So they're heading toward him. They won't reach him till the next turn.
And now is can he pop smoke? I know destroyers can do that, and I don't know
Yeah.
if there's a mechanic for that.
So let's do that.
Okay. And now it's 3.5, right? Or just 3?
How fast is he going?
Same as last turn. I think it's like 28.
Or 29.
Like-
So 3 grids.
But the Chicago is just following Canberra, so if anyone wants to resolve that, you can feel free to do so.
Okay, so only add the red tokens if they're getting shot at.
Oh, I don't know who's shooting at them.
Yeah, I don't know who's doing all the red stuff.
I wish, we should do is put a compass on the map because these guys are talking about shit and I don't even know what direction they're talking.
North is the top.
North is
North, like it's a north absolute map.
Where's 190 degrees?
That would
Bagley's
be
getting
like in
ganged
this
on.
direction, I think.
The
Wait, how many degrees?
Canberra,
Wait, how many degrees again?
Canberra has ordered to shift left towards not 190 and start taking evasive maneuvers and opening
190
fire.
would be like down here on a compass.
Coming in?
190 would be like down here on a compass because okay, you have 0 up at like north, 90 at east, 180 at due south, right? So I would.
So they're going to start turning hard left, basically. The Chokai is taking a hard left. The Canberra is taking a hard left and invasive maneuvers, and they're going to start shooting their batteries at the Chokai.
Are you giving like north absolute screenshots? Okay, you are. I would ask him to give his his new bearings using like north absolute, and not like
Yeah, not based on his current bearing.
yeah.
Okay. So northwest, northeast, northwest, that
Or
sort
just
of
like
thing.
using like the degrees on like the actual compass and not from his current bearing, right? Because right now what he's asking is again to turn like hard right, actually, like he's gonna be
Yeah, I think I got you.
for him to turn left right now would be like a turn from 0 to like 90 degrees.
All right. So who all is shooting at? I'm seeing a lot of red marks on the Bagley. So who all's shooting?
Both of the Japanese light cruisers and the rearmost Japanese heavy cruiser in the second squadron.
So I got a lot of rolling to do. So there are still.
And one of each of the other heavy cruisers is targeting each of the each of the other American ships.
That's a pretty far shot. Can they see them?
Yeah, they rolled well in the detection.
Oh.
Last turn.
All right. So let me do some rolls.
And they also are each firing a spread of torpedoes.
James, where's that like
There.
the little like blocks you had for like each kilo yard?
These ones.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
They are in
About
range.
4,000.
All right. So they're firing torpedoes as well.
Each of the Furutaku, Kinugasa, Kako, and Aoba.
Okay. That's.
Right. So with 1d12. Okay, let me get a d12 here.
Wait, who are you rolling for?
Well, I'm just gonna see who the Bagley sees. Right,
Oh, okay.
for next turn.
If you're doing seeing, do the blue one. Oh, it really doesn't matter, but. Alright, so the. Is better for play by post. So the Chokai has 8-inch guns. I just rolled a 6. They're within 4,000, so that's 2 hits on the Bagley. Oh, I didn't do the modifiers. They're illuminated, so +1. Okay, 2 hits on the Bagley from. Will someone check that for me? Who has the Bagley?
I do. Yeah.
Alright, so we'll do it that way. So that's 2 hits already. And then we got 3 more ships shooting at him. They're all 8-inch guns at a little over 4,000 yards. He's illuminated.
So where do I mark the damage?
Iwari and Tenryu are 5.5.
So that's 2 hits. No, that's 1 hit. That's 2 hits.
Wait, so how do I mark damage on it?
I'll tell you in a second. That's 3 hits. Okay. So the black mark that's covering the speed on it.
Mhm.
So I'm doing it like this. So he just took his max speed is now 23 knots. So he just got rocked pretty bad. Let me roll for critical damage too. So he took bulkhead damage. So his ship is flooding once per turn as well. That can be repaired. But let him know that he's flooding. Yeah, so he took pretty bad damage, and these little white markers are basically torpedoes. So everyone's far enough away they can take evasive action, which makes shooting a lot harder, but makes torpedoes less likely to hit them. So that's up to them, but let them know. Is anyone else? Oh, I gotta roll for Bagley shooting back. Bagley was shooting the Chokai.
Hey, James, what does
He
the
didn't-
smoke represent?
What?
I see some smoke from the Bagley.
So the Bagley's shooting smoke, so nothing, you can't see past the smoke, so like the Canberra, it's really going to block the Canberra and the Patterson's view, and the Chicago, and then for the Japanese, they won't see beyond it either.
Is that a smoke screen, like an actual, like, deliberate smoke screen
Yeah,
to be fired?
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
Also, wait, so the Bagley, he explicitly mentioned that he does not want to get into like a gunfight with the cruiser, which I think is kind of wise. So I don't think he would be shooting back right now. I think he would just be trying to get out of there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, um, is someone supposed to be turning that hadn't turned yet for the Americans, for the Allies, for that arrow?
Okay, so what is this
Oh,
black square covering?
I drew that arrow for the Canberra. He has to turn west.
Okay, so we'll do that.
So
James,
what?
sorry to. Each of these white markers is that one torpedo?
No, it's a torpedo from each ship, so it's multiple.
Okay, because yeah, they wanted to dump the entire
Yeah, I got it.
broadside. Yeah.
Wait, so one more question about the damage. So like I see there are also black squares. Like there are two that are just kind of like here between different squares, and then there's one covering about four. What do these mean?
So this I don't know what that is. That one probably was marking where their speed was at. So
Okay.
I'm doing 2 hits per box to go down.
Mhm.
So he took 5 hits, so he's down to like this ish box. And I guess
And so once he like runs out of like speeds to be knocked down from, he'll be dead in the water, and then another shot, he's dead.
yeah, basically.
Or okay,
So he's
So
pretty.
basically, the Bagley's fucked up pretty bad
Yeah,
yeah.
he got rocked pretty hard that last turn.
from gunfire.
Yep, and he can see the torpedoes all coming in for him.
So when I provide a screenshot, I'm going to block that based on the smoke screen.
Yeah, so the Japanese won't see south that smoke, and the Allies won't see north of it. They can see on the. I'll show you an example. So if
No,
I'm,
I got
you
you.
got
I
it.
think
Okay.
I got
All right,
I
we're
got
good.
you.
All right, so now it's 109.
Oh, I forgot to get Patterson's orders. I'm gonna be sorry. Can I get
Giving
both his
screenshots,
orders?
right?
I forgot to get
Hello, are we
Patterson's
giving
orders.
screenshots?
Yeah, we're doing
Yeah.
screenshots.
I'm going to go ahead and give my screenshot.
So I'm
What's
gonna
the
mention
time?
to them that they can do evasive maneuvers, right?
Yeah, let them know.
So what's the current time? 109?
109.
Going to get orders.
All right, General Admiral Mikawa. So, you've launched your torpedoes, and it appears the destroyer has done the same. You can see some barely see white streaks in the water heading towards you. Um, the destroyer has also launching or releasing smoke and giving a smoke screen. Um, you have scored multiple hits on the destroyer, and the rest of your fleet also managed to score some hits, so it's getting rocked pretty hard from fire. Um, and then there's torpedoes inbound. So
What's the red dot mean? That's the hit that I took.
the the red dot means you're getting shot at from the destroyer, but none of the shots hit you this last turn, or
Okay.
they didn't do any
I
damage.
want to turn to evade the torpedoes.
Okay, so you're gonna take evasive maneuvers.
We'll take evasive maneuvers to evade the torpedo
Okay,
hit.
and that'll make shooting a lot harder. Do you still plan on shooting, or are you just gonna?
Uh, cease firing and evade the torpedoes. What if I'm able to evade the torpedoes? I want to head north.
Okay. And your torpedoes remind me they were aiming at the destroyer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they still inbound to the destroyer?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Real quick, does the commander have to order the radar to be active, or is it automatically active?
It's automatically.
And does the Chicago know that there's a few ships to the north?
I don't know. I don't think he's ever gotten it in a screenshot.
I can give you some updates, James. Canberra is heading south now, and they want their float planes to start dropping flares.
Okay. Oh,
On the enemy, that is. Don't know where the float planes may be. Doesn't seem like we're tracking them, but
we're
that's the request.
we're just vaguely tracking it, so I'm just gonna illuminate everything.
So the USS Chicago is going to fire at the Chonghai first and then try to take evasive maneuvers. So they're going to fire a volley with their guns.
Okay.
And then they're going to try to do evasive maneuvers. Is the float plane ready by now, or has it just been 7 minutes?
Yeah, it's ready. You can tell him it's ready. I'm waiting for everyone to move, and then I'm gonna roll. I can do some rolls. All right. So the Bagley fired 8 torpedoes at the Chokai. Let's see. The Chokai was presenting profile, but is taking evasive action, so subtract 2, so 8 becomes a 6, and it was 5 plus, oh, in the distance, so 3 to 6 is long distance, so 6 is 2 hits on the Chokai. They already had 1, so, okay. Now the Bagley is taking 4 from the Chokai, so same modifiers. 7 minus 2 is 5. For 4, that's no hit. So he dodged them all. And then let's do another set. So this is coming from the Kinugasa, who fired 4 at long range. So minus 2 is a 4. And that was 4, so no hit. So who has the Bagley? Are they here? No, okay. So that's gone. That's gone. That's gone. Depending on where they go. Engine room, half speed. You said the Chicago's shooting at the Chokai? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and then they'll try to do evasive maneuvers after one volley.
Okay, so the Chicago has 8-inch guns at 5,000. So it's a 10 for 8-inch guns. That's 2 hits. Let me see. They're illuminated. Oh, they're taking evasive action. That's good to know. So it becomes a 6, which is 1 hit. Okay.
Thank you, James.
Did the Tenryu get moved south already?
Yes. Yes. The Tenryu is launching torpedoes into the smoke.
They,
Are the Japanese running away really hard right now? What's going on here?
I don't know what they're doing. All right, so they launched. That goes 3,000, so that's here towards the smoke.
They wanted to aim for the ship that was making the smoke. Sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and straight for the Bagley. Has the Patterson and the Canberra been moved? Who are we missing?
Also, last turn did the firing at the Patterson, Canberra, and Chicago resolve?
Yes.
Okay.
They all missed. I think.
Cool. Just checking.
I'm trying to remember.
Sorry, James. I've been just like focusing on just marking it up and just giving the orders.
No worries.
So I haven't moved anything.
So
Canberra ordered to move south.
8.
They've been at 26 knots.
Okay, what about the Patterson? Oh, we're missing the Patterson. Umpire XTS. Okay, so I'm gonna say the Patterson's getting shot at.
Alright, can players fire star shell just in random directions to try and illuminate something?
Well, all the Japanese are illuminated by the float planes now, so I don't know if it's necessary.
Okay. Well.
So the
All right.
Patterson's getting shot at with how many?
Wait, so if they're illuminated, can I just include them in the screenshot no matter what, basically?
Yeah, just include them now. Well, if the
And yeah,
smoke's not blocking, is he still releasing smoke?
he's popping another smoke now, yeah,
Yeah.
because he's evasive action.
So he's blocking his own team from shooting, but that's all right.
Did the Chicago hit the Chonkai?
He did a little bit, yeah. You can tell him.
Wait, so yeah, Bagley's taking evasive actions to the southwest. Yeah, the southwest.
10,
Patterson wants to turn along with the Chicago, like the other cruisers, to stay with them.
8.
2 hits on two more hits on Bagley from the Yubari and Tenryu, respectively.
Okay. And then
Man, but how? Wait, what did they roll to hit that?
They're not that far away. They rolled a 7 and a 9.
Wait, did he do minus? Okay, wait, no.
Oh, the Bagley's taking evasive action?
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
no,
there's also like the smoke blocking the view.
2 misses.
The Japanese are running.
they're afraid. The Patterson, which is over here, he took 3 hits from a torpedo.
Oh!
Patterson? Ooh.
Ouch.
Yep, just let him know. He's still all right. Let me roll for critical damage on him.
Is he alive?
His torpedo tubes are disabled. So let him know.
How ironic.
And the bag.
Regarding
the
the
Bagley,
circumstances, Patterson got
Okay,
up
try not to
routine.
talk over each other, guys.
Can the Bagley repair in the same turn that is taking evasive maneuvers?
Yeah, he can start repairs.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I mean.
What damage did the Bagley take this turn?
So the Bagley dodged like 8 different torpedoes,
Damn.
and then
Patterson got hit by them.
Patterson got hit instead. So yeah, the Bagley avoided all the torpedoes, and then he got. I'm trying to remember if he got hit by someone shooting at him.
I think we established that they missed.
No,
Yeah,
they missed.
so they all missed. So he's super lucky. Patterson got hit by a torpedo, and now I'm rolling for Chicago. Which, oh man, bad roll for Chicago. So that's a 10.
Is it just me, or the Americans kind of at a pretty heavy disadvantage here?
Too soon.
So the Chicago takes multiple torpedo hits as well.
Oof.
So that's. Just let them know. That's about it. And then that smoke screen's blocking a lot.
All right. What are updates? Okay, good, ready?
Yep.
Ready to give it a
Oh yeah, let me erase the writing here first.
Sorry. Yeah.
Did the Patterson move?
That was what I was trying to say. Like, I'm trying to figure out here. Okay, is there gonna be like a traffic jam here? Because like he was facing this direction. He wants to like turn to move these guys, but he was moving at.
But where is he trying to go? Where did he want to go?
he just wanted to like stay with the cruisers, right? Like turn with the cruisers back when the cruisers returned
Okay, so we'll
like this.
tell him he nearly hits the Bagley but doesn't,
Mhm.
and then so he's turning now.
Right. Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
And the screenshots are kind of simple with like the smoke covering a good portion of them.
Yeah.
Wait, so for radar context that the Patterson has made, can I just use like like a drawn X for what it can't visually see because of the smoke?
Yeah, that works.
Like, okay.
Screenshot time, right?
Yep. 111. All right, Vice Admiral Mikawa. Your I don't know who reports this. Um, it's difficult to say with the smoke, but you don't have any confirmed torpedo hits on the enemy destroyer. You are getting shot at by the cruiser that's kind of poking out from the behind the smoke screen, um, and you do take a hit from the cruiser. You also are struck by a torpedo, one torpedo, and it hits your engine room, does damage to your engine room. So now you're moving the fastest you can go is half speed, which is actually what you're doing already. But until the engine room is repaired, which will probably take a while. But now
Okay.
you're heading north. You can see the cruisers there heading northeast, and the Tenryu's heading south.
Okay. Continue on my course north. Have my rear turrets to fire on the cruiser that's firing on me, while a repair party is sent down to the engine room.
Okay. Oh, and float planes are above you, dropping flare parachutes, which is why all the fleet's illuminated now.
Uh, can our anti-air start opening up on the float planes?
Yep, you can do that.
Have the anti-airs begin opening up on the float planes.
All right. Japanese are barely talking to each other. Let's see if the allies are talking. Man, they're talking a lot more.
So Chicago's flow plane is ready, and their orders are to travel 4 kilometers north from Chicago and drop parachute shells on enemy ships, I believe. And their rear cannons to keep firing, and they asked if it's possible to travel at maximum speed right now.
They can't go max because of the damage they took, but they can go 26 knots. So I'll move them north 26. So they're passing through the smoke right now, and they're shooting at the Chokai still.
Their rear cannons are shooting at the Chonkai. Their flow planes traveling 4 kilometers north and dropping parachute shells.
Okay. How are their rear cannons shooting north if they're heading north? Or they should be going south.
No, the ship isn't moving north. They didn't specify which direction their ship's moving, but they said they're gonna hit them with their rear cannons.
Well,
Their flow plane is moving north
I got
four
it, but they
kilometers,
need to
opposing
specify where
position.
their ship is going. So you need to get those orders.
James, the Canberra is moving east now, and they're laying a smoke screen.
By east, you mean west?
I mean, they said east, so fuck my little arrows. Fuck that. Said east.
So east, and they're laying smoke too.
Affirmative.
All right, and we're waiting to hear from.
So we cleared it up that the Chicago is moving south.
Okay, so I don't remember which way he was going before. I think he's like that. So we'll have him almost crashing with the Canberra.
The rear
Hilarious.
cannons are still firing, right?
Yeah, I'll roll for that.
On the floor plane, dropping parachute shots 4 kilometers north.
11. Let's see. He just made a big turn. The enemy is illuminated. Oops.
Seems oddly familiar to the first game, except the fact that the Americans are a bit more tame.
Everyone's more tame. They're all afraid.
The Bagley would have exploded by now if we were using old damage rolls.
All right, so that was actually a really lucky hit because I rolled an 11. So the Chokai takes 3 more damage.
They've all played this game before.
Have the Patterson and Bagley been moved? I guess we're waiting on XDX.
Did the URE's torpedo get moved?
Oh yeah, thank you. That needs to be rolled for the Bagley. So let's see. It was long range. Bagley's taking evasive action, right?
Yeah.
So that's a 3, which means they fired 4, so they miss again. The Bagley's the super torpedo dodger.
Torpedo beats music.
And the torpedoes, some can reload, some can. It says on there. I'm trying to remember
Yeah.
how many turns I said it takes to reload. Where did I write that down? Oh, it takes 2 game turns to reload. So.
Yep.
Okay. I'm waiting on Patterson. Who's is XDX with Patterson? He is. Okay.
Everyone is now reloaded.
Everyone's running away from each other.
I know, right?
What's the action right now? Has there been any shooting?
Yes. Lots of
Who's
shooting.
been shooting?
So
I'm just looking so I can give a good update. What can I say?
the Bagley and Chicago have been shooting a lot. The Chokai's taken a lot of damage, and the Bagley's taken a lot of damage.
Chicago and Bagley have been shooting. Patterson is in smoke, not shooting.
Yeah, I don't think the Patterson can see anything.
Okay.
We're waiting on Patterson or XCX to arrive so we know what Patterson's doing, then we'll be done.
See, in World of Warships, this is when you just fire torpedoes indiscriminately into the angry smoke clouds.
Fuck.
Unlimited torpedoes.
I know, right?
Who
Well,
loves World of Warships? I have spent so many hours on World of Warships, guys. It's not even good. It's not even cool.
we've already seen more torpedoes than the last game because there were hardly any last game, and this one's almost everyone's fired what they had to start with. All right, I gotta tell these guys to speed it up.
And what I think I need to do then is get the hell out of Begley's way. I need to do a sharp turn to port, and once I get my broadside sufficiently around, I need to start firing torpedoes. If I can get it right, get headed east, then I can start firing torpedoes toward the enemy light cruiser and the other ships in the dark there.
All right, I got the movement. You go ahead and take screenshots.
Got it.
Let's get those fingers out of the way. I keep sending screenshots of fingers in them.
Yeah,
Get them out of there.
I used to
Who's
wait,
yellow?
and now I
You
don't.
get the yellow finger out of there. Who's
Yeah.
yellow?
Oh, that's XCX.
Okay, sorry for the time. Both my players like to spend a while thinking about it. So once they have a radar lock, right? As long as they don't like leave the maximum range, they kind of have it for like the rest of the game, basically, right?
Well, there's a radar shadow by the island, so like,
Okay, so
I'm
now
trying
they
to.
might like blending in with the island.
Let's see. Hold on. I wrote it down somewhere.
Man, this is a pretty complicated system. I wish I had more time to like read the rules before I came in.
So I would say everything like right next to the island is they're not going to see it by radar.
What about like these two here? Because they're a bit.
Oh, within 10,000 yards, ships cast a land shadow, which is pretty far. So I don't think radar would be working very well at all for anything.
All right. So should I stop rolling for radar?
Yeah, just
Okay. All right. All right. So the Bagley here is just heading west. Yeah, the Patterson, as you heard, he's trying to line up a shot of the torpedoes on the ships up here that he saw on radar 4, but he will no longer use the radar shadow. And it looks like we're going to have more near collisions here. What is going on with the... How did the Chicago, like, do a U-turn in one turn?
I think it was. I lost track of what it was doing. I thought it was going west, so I turned
I
it
thought it was
south.
going north.
I don't know. It did a sharp turn.
Yeah, like, in the very last
Yeah.
screenshot I sent, it was facing northwest, and now it's like...
Okay, we'll do this then.
Oh, it was, yeah, northwest, and now it's just a complete U-turn.
Running into each other. All right. All right. You continue to head north. The cruiser continues to fire at you, landing a couple more hits.
A couple more hits on me.
Yeah. Or did they? I can't remember now. There's too much going on. Yeah, cruiser's still firing on you. A couple more hits. You can see kind of make out the destroyer still laying down smoke heading west, and of course you can't see beyond the smoke.
What are the ships that are to my port side?
Yeah, west of you, the Tenryu and the Yubari, they've turned and are heading east now.
Okay. Keep heading north and try to form up behind the actually, are the ships to my west, are they heading further west?
No, they're heading east.
So they're heading towards me.
Yep.
Okay. Turn towards the east and have them form up in front behind me if possible.
Well, you gotta give them orders too. I don't tell them what to do.
Or yeah, like I mean, like to form, like try to form, like me to form a line with them.
With the ones behind you?
Mm.
You need,
Actually, no, the ones ahead of me. I meant to say, like form up behind the main line.
okay. All right, and you're not firing anymore still, right?
No, I'm done with firing.
Got it.
Thank you.
You sound good, bro.
Okay.
I don't know how long would the smoke last. Do you think?
Yeah, I think definitely the beginning of it would be going away by now.
Well,
Maybe even like the turn before last turns. Yeah.
yeah, we'll get
Yeah.
rid of some of it.
Oh, I think the Bigby also wants to try and fire torpedoes at Yubari after this turn. Like he turned, and now I guess in the next turn he'll probably be firing torpedoes.
Were there any torpedo hits in this turn?
In the last turn, no.
Thank you.
So what are we waiting on before we do send up the next shot? Sorry for the time.
Have you done the 113 update yet?
No, I wasn't even where we were on 113.
Yeah, you should
Ah.
have done the screenshot in the 113 update.
Okay, okay. I didn't hear you say it was 113.
This is 113, right?
Now it is, yeah.
Those two torpedoes are into the smoke. By the way,
It's kind of vaguely shooting.
yeah, widespread was the order,
All right.
and the guns are shooting at the poor benighted Bagley.
I'll give the reports.
The what's at Bagley? They're shooting at Bagley.
Yeah, the
Tenryu and the Yubari.
Yubari.
So that's 5.5-inch guns. Bagley is.
All right, I've got an update on the Canberra on everyone. Anyone is interested.
Yeah. So do I go give the update?
Yeah, for 113, if you haven't yet. 2 hits. The Bagley's really hit.
Canberra is turning south and coming to a hard stop.
Okay. So turn south, hard stop.
Also, the Japanese heavy cruiser squadron wants to blindly fire star shells in all directions.
Okay.
Can I say anything to my friends about their seaplanes?
They are. Which friends? The Japanese? All the seaplanes are out dropping parachute flares, so everything's pretty well illuminated now. On both sides.
So does that? Can I give any new spotting information to my people, the Crutchley's Canberra, based on that?
So they can see. If they're not blocked by smoke, they can see the Japanese now. Ships.
All of them?
Yes.
All right. I will let them know. Should I allow them to adjust their orders based on that, or
No, just
because
show
they
it.
ordered?
Just show it to them next turn.
All right.
We're waiting on the Patterson again. Nope. Are we waiting on? No. He hasn't even gotten to the Patterson.
So whatever happened to the
Bagley's still
flight
doing evasive maneuvers.
Okay. Did you move him already?
James?
What?
What happened to the flow planes that Chicago sent?
They're flying above, dropping parachute flares, and everyone's illuminated.
The fuck is a parachute flare? It's literally a flare strapped to a parachute.
Yeah. It just slowly descends in the sky.
You know, it's probably a little late for this question, but apologies for the language. Is that a concern?
This is recorded for posterity.
Understood, but is that a factor for you?
I prefer it if you don't curse.
Apologies.
Are the Japanese just running away? What are they doing?
Uh, the heavy cruiser squadron said he had orders to go northeast.
I don't even know where he got those orders.
I don't
This is the
either.
biggest sell in Japanese history.
I think the Bagby takes 2 more hits.
Seems like this battle's over.
From who?
From Yubari.
I already,
Rolled an 11.
I already rolled for them, and
Oh, you did?
he got, yeah, he did get 2 hits, so we matched.
Okay. Huzzah.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody kind of seemingly running away from each other. It doesn't seem like there's much more to do here.
Well, I mean, let the Japanese know that they're failing their mission. They've not sunk a single ship, and they've not taken out the transports, and they're. I'll let the commander know.
It'd be very disappointing. The Emperor
It'd be
is.
very interesting to see the Japanese Rear Admiral face the IGN Admiralty and the Emperor after this.
Yeah, I think there's some. The Emperor is frowning right now. He's not happy.
We're gonna see a head chopped off real soon.
I mean, historically, the Japanese turned northeast, but that's because they got in a huge fight and were starting to get beat up. But that's not the case here. So, I mean, they could keep pushing southeast and take out all the transports.
No excuse. Cowardice.
Well, if they turned southeast right now, it'd be hard for the Americans to shoot at them while they ran for the transports.
Yeah, it'd be a race.
They know where the
How
transports
are all
are.
how are all the Japanese eliminated? Is that just
Slow planes with the flares.
Parachute flares. They don't know where the transports are, but I mean, if I were the Japanese, I'd be turned around to finish off the fight because they're running away and they've hardly taken any damage except for the Chokai.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're expecting the other task force.
It could be true.
The Japanese might be in a bigger problem if they keep going northeast.
Although historically, Mikawa took a lot of flack for pulling back as well because I mean they won the fight and could have kept pressing for the transports and done even more damage, but he pulled back. I mean,
Scenario: the Japanese ships got badly beaten.
they
This
did
is
a
the
lot of
exact opposite.
damage, but they didn't achieve their objective, their strategic objective. If I have to, well, this might just be a short game. We could always switch the allied players to the North Fleet. And
That would be an elaborate change, but very interesting.
yeah, but I'd prefer not to. I mean, if they just disengage, I'm just gonna call it. But I'll let Mikawa know that like he's not achieving his mission right now since he's running away.
Fair. I mean, just looking at the dispositions, I mean, they're going to lose contact.
Lasting less than 1.5 hours is a rarity.
You
Which
were
cruiser?
supposed to have three. Our cruiser, the one I can't see, we're supposed to have three of them, and one of them's off screenshot. But I just don't want to fire torpedoes and hit it by accident.
You only know the position of the USS Chicago and the HMAS Canberra to your south right now in the screenshot.
Right, yeah, and in the screenshot, did he say where he was going?
I don't think it was involved in the initial battle.
The Australia went southeast to
Nothing makes sense.
have to have a conference with someone. I don't know. I need you to speed
So
up
the
on
ship
orders. You're holding us back. I need you to give orders for where you're going.
fine. Well, head east and start laying smoke, and if we see anything, shoot at it.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Umpires posting 0111 or 0113.
Okay,
You get to send screenshots, James?
yeah, we're ready.
All right.
1 second. Let me release the smoke.
5.
115. Yep.
Okay.
I'm a little confused because the Chicago moved, and previously Canberra would have been able to see the Japanese column, and now looks like Chicago's moving all over the place.
Well, I'm over moving Chicago just to make something happen, but the Canberra went south and stopped, so Chicago's going east now, laying smoke.
He wanted to shoot anybody he could see as he was moving east. I guess he can just barely see, the Japanese light cruisers now to his north.
Yeah,
Is he
we'll,
gonna shoot at those?
we'll do it next turn. He just barely could
Okay.
see them now as he came out of the smoke. So,
All right.
all right, Vice Admiral Mikawa, you continue north as the cruiser fleet continues northeast. You continue to be shot at, but aren't hit. And I don't know what your plans are, but just a reminder that so far you've not achieved your mission objective at all.
No, I know. I've been trying to communicate with my other commanders and nothing's happened. I've
Where
gotten
where are you
nothing.
communicating with them? Because you can write in planning to talk to them.
Yeah, I am. I am writing and planning, and I've sent 2 messages out, and I've gotten no reply. I even pinged one of my admirals, and I've gotten nothing.
Okay, well, try again.
Uh, yeah. So uh form line with the the unit. I'm gonna try to gain radio communications with them. I highly doubt I could leave my ship in this matter.
Okay, got it. And you're not firing at the moment.
No, I just want to get into line
Okay.
with the ships.
Your torpedo tubes are reloaded now, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you. Just currently just keep current speed into form line behind the other cruisers.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Oh yeah, I screwed up.
Hey, James, do you have any more of those compasses? Those 360-degree compasses?
I might somewhere.
We're just looking around if I didn't see them.
Bold wants to go southwest. I don't know why Unicorn was trying to make the Chicago go east, but Bold wants to keep going southwest. He doesn't want to stop.
Oh, there it is. I see. Thank you.
Bode wants to go where? Southwest?
Southwest.
Okay. I realized why I got confused before because I was moving Chicago for Patterson's orders. That's why we were all getting so
Oh.
confused. Alright, so I'm rolling.
Oh my God.
Woo.
So this game's probably gonna end, right?
If the Japanese don't do anything soon, yes. We'll see.
We'll give it 2 more turns.
I told
Hey,
Mikawa
Japanese.
he's not achieving his goals, and so
Full
There's
power this
some
prevail.
miscommunication on the Japanese side. Mikawa is ordering everyone south, so hopefully we get action again. All right, so Patterson just got hit by two torpedoes. Let's see, who was Tenryu? Fired 3 torpedoes with a roll of 12. Ouch. 3 hits.
Alrighty, I've got an update for the Canberra when you wish to hear it.
Go for it.
I don't think the Americans can protect their freights in time.
All right, go ahead.
Canberra is looking to move south at flank speed, and they are looking to shoot at the Furutaka.
21. South at flank speed, shooting at the Furutaka.
There should be the
Holy,
rear ship and the column.
holy, really far shot. Okay,
25,000 kiloyards?
that's 12,500.
Or 12,100.
So pretty extreme range, and he's
Didn't ask why. Just that's what they said they wanted to do.
okay. So 8-inch guns. I guess they're all 8-inch. So, oh, rolled high though.
Oh, wait, they're within range?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. The
Well, in that
Patterson
case,
is firing at the Yubari and fired torpedoes at the light cruiser up here.
So he did 1 hit against the Furutaka.
in that case, the cruisers are opening up against everything against the Patterson and the Canberra. Then
Okay.
I'll roll it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. What was the other thing someone said?
The Patterson is opening fire on the Yubari.
These are all 8
Okay,
inches, right? 8, yeah.
so that's 5,000.
The
Patterson.
Bagley's dead, right?
No.
10 is.
So,
Patterson firing radar RFC
Illuminated.
5-inch.
+1. -1. 1 hit. 2 hits. Oops.
All right, so the Yubari takes a hit. Where's the Yubari?
going
Patterson takes
speed
2.
then.
Canberra's lucky.
How far can the torpedo move?
Up to 6,000. I already rolled for the torpedoes, unless someone fired new ones.
Yeah, the Patterson is
Is
firing
the,
towards
is
the
the
cruisers over here.
Australia player or
That's why I
is it
just like put it
NPC?
there.
Patterson takes 4 hits, 2 main battery, 2 secondary battery.
Ouch. He's gonna be angry because he's about to die. 4 hits. He's almost dead. Let me roll for criticals. 1 gun mount disabled. Who's got the Patterson? He's probably not even here yet. Oh, XDX is here. So
Yeah.
the Patterson is limping. It can only go 5 knots. It just lost one of its batteries. Actually, its only battery, so it can't shoot.
Mhm.
And it took a torpedo in addition to heavy fire.
Mhm.
So it's not in good shape.
Is there a minimum that you can repair back up to? Like, is the Bagley can the Bagley reach full health again? Or
No.
okay, what's the
Oh, have you
maximum?
been healing it?
I just healed 1. Yeah, is that like okay?
When for the whole damage that it took, if they didn't repair it, it would keep going down, but they can't like get better from what they were.
Oh, okay. Let me put it back to 2. Sorry.
So Chicago's in half destroyed. Bagley's half destroyed. Patterson's almost dead.
What's the Canberra situation? Have they taken hits?
No, I don't think they've been hit at all.
So, but they've been shot at.
I don't.
They have been shot at. The
Main
two of the
battery.
heavy cruisers shot at them and missed horribly.
All right.
And
Did the
then
Patterson see like the main cruiser line of the Japanese
yeah,
now since
you
they're
can
eliminated?
show it.
Okay.
So the Yubari took some hits, and everyone else is okay, I think.
Okay.
Well, you said the USS Patterson is in dire straits.
Yeah, so the fast thing goes 5 knots. They're listing. They can't shoot their guns anymore. Their battery shot out. So you can describe all the things.
Can we send updates?
Yep, I think we're ready.
All right.
All right, move those fingers away.
No more fingers.
I still see fingers. Get the fingers away.
You you can't avoid the fingers. You just gotta do the screenshot.
Get them out of there.
Sorry, I need to move these. Otherwise, the Japanese are going to see them.
So 117.
Yeah, 117. To clarify things with your team.
Yes. Currently, I have ordered that Rear Admiral Matsuyama is going to be forming up behind me. I mean,
Oh, okay.
his 2 ships are forming up behind me, so I'm going to slow for them to be able to catch up to me, so they could form up behind me.
Okay. So you're going same direction but slower.
Yeah, 'cause I want them to form up behind me, and so we can form a battle line.
Okay.
Once they form up behind me, he has orders to follow me. We are then going to swing southward because we're going to try to re-engage with the enemy after they form up.
Okay. Just so you know, the Tenryu and Yubari were trading fire with the destroyers that you can see south of you. One of
Are
the
they?
one of the destroyers looks to be in pretty bad shape. It's on fire. It's moving pretty slowly. The one that's further east that you can see. The Yubari is taking fire as well, but pretty much all the Japanese ships are in fairly.
Are my guns in range still?
Yeah, you're in range.
Okay, commence firing on the closest ship with my guns while we form up and do the turn south.
Okay, got it.
So all 3 ships will be turning south.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Chicago moves southeast, bearing 180 to 120.
Okay.
To be clear, so I'm gonna do this myself. The ships, or at least Chicago, moves 2 grid spaces, right?
The max it can move now is 14 knots, so 1.4 grid spaces.
Okay. So it's just the number of knots divided by 10, I'm assuming.
Yep.
So the Canberra has been traveling at flank speed. They're going to continue heading southeast. No other orders.
Is flank speed max? I don't know what they mean by that.
I would think that would be their maximum speed.
Okay.
Patterson is quite the cranky customer.
Yes, always. Whose torpedoes? Whose torpedoes were these?
Those are the Pattersons going.
Okay, so I'll roll for. Is it?
I don't think he fired torpedoes again. So can he fire another Savo now, or does he need to turn before, like between to reload?
It takes 2 turns to reload. You talking about Patterson?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Okay.
would. He just fired, so it'll be next turn before he can shoot again. Although, has he not? Has he fired from that side already?
Oh, so you can't like load them onto the the extra torpedoes?
Yeah,
Because remember, like I know that the
he does.
destroyers have 2 spreads.
Some do. I don't see that it says that he does have extras.
Okay, okay.
I'm looking
Alright.
on. A second. Yeah, so once I don't know if he's fired from his port yet. I think that's it. So the 8 he just shot is it.
Okay.
Let's see. So that was at that range.
Oh, also, the Beagley wants to open fire on the cruisers again. I'm not sure if this will factor in. He wanted to like weave in and out of the smoke here to like try and evade fire. Is that going to factor in at all?
Um, the Bagley wanted to go through the smoke.
Yeah, well, not like weave in and out, right? Like so, like like oh,
Yeah, so that's gonna make it hard for him to shoot and hard to hit
okay,
him.
okay.
So
That's
the Ubari just took 4 hits
Well,
plus critical.
They just ordered me that they're starting to take evasive action. So
Oh,
does
did
that
they?
apply?
It does.
Yeah.
I'll tell them they're smart. So that's instead of 4 hits, it's 3 hits.
Ouch.
Still
Oh, ouch.
hurts. So that was the Ubari. So they're
They're going to be down to 16 knots.
so they're hurting more now.
Why do the destroyers have more health than the light cruisers?
Japanese light cruisers were made of friggin' paper.
Yeah, I don't know much about the Navy stuff at all. That's kind of funny though. Just imagine like you do these tiny.
Yeah, I think it's all about the
destroyers.
same. I don't think either of those vessel types had strongly unique armor protection. If you're not a heavy cruiser,
Aren't
then you're
all
basically
Japanese ships just horrible in their defense and just good in range and attack?
All right, so we just did torpedoes. Patterson looks like he's about to die. Did he move?
He's at 5 knots, right? So I just barely, kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
nudged him forward. I was going to ask you, how many grids does he move?
Well, 5 knots would be 0.05. So 0.1, barely at all.
Yeah.
Basically dead in the water.
Yeah, that's part of why he was so cranky. He was like, oh, I'll just quit then, like I'm basically dead in the water. And I told him that he doesn't have to quit, right? He's not dead yet.
Well, I was thinking I could move him to Canberra and move Crutchley to Australia and get Australia in the action. If
Okay.
because he's about
So
to
are the
die.
Japanese gonna move south or what?
They had orders to. Did Aoba not order to go south yet?
Due east was his order.
Oh my gosh. He was ordered to go south, so I don't know. We'll give another turn to correct that.
I told him he was getting all sorts of frantic signals from the flag to turn south. He's like, nope, due east.
Is that
He's
Langbart?
decided he is out of the game.
Yep, it's Langbart.
What is Langbart doing?
I don't know.
All right, so Patterson's
Board's
up.
been selling for the past couple of games, but I guess he does his job.
He wants to keep his people in one piece. That's respectable.
All right, so Patterson's on fire, sinking. Is Bagley
So is
getting
the
shot at
Yubari.
too? And you,
Yes, by the Yubari and Tenryu.
Keep in
I
mind,
just told,
he has taken like some crazy maneuvers. He wasn't very accurate in firing because he's like dipping in and out of the smoke here in kind of like a zigzag fashion.
uh-huh.
Wait, so the Peterson blew up?
well, he's on fire and sinking.
Patterson takes uh, 3 hits from the no, yeah, 3 hits from the all the cruiser fire.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. All right, so he's stuck
So-
at 16 knots.
So ask him if does he want to keep playing? Because we can give him another ship, or he can just spectate if
The
he
Patterson?
wants. Yeah, the Patterson player.
Okay.
Everyone
Do you
else
want to move
is.
him on to the Australia or what?
I would move him to the Canberra, and then I'd move Crutchley back to the Australia and get the Australian action. But ask him if he wants to keep playing or not.
Okay.
All right. So now it is.
Wait, one moment. Sorry. Um, Bagley takes 2 hits as well.
Yeah, I already put them on.
Okay.
So the destroyers are getting beat up. Still alive though. Well, not Patterson, but
This was a triumph.
all right. Screenshots. All right, Admiral Mikawa. The destroyer that you're shooting at takes a lot of hits from the whole fleet. Seems like almost everyone's shooting at him, and his whole deck is on fire. He's not really moving, and he's listing heavily to one side. He's pretty much dead in the water. The other destroyer you can see as well isn't as bad a shape, but they're shooting back and forth, mostly targeting the Yubari. They rear the column, and the Yubari's taking some hits. You can see Goto still hasn't turned south. He's still heading east. And the smokes, all you can see the two destroyers, the smoke screen's been blocking any sight of the cruisers that you saw earlier.
I don't know why he's keep on going east when I told him to go turn south. Okay, have me and the ship in my lines to follow me while I turn south. How is my repairs in the engine room going?
It's going to take a while.
Alright. Have my ship to turn south with the other ships following me. I am gonna radio Goto again to turn south as quick as possible, because we're gonna try to head south.
Okay. You're heading due south?
Yeah, heading due south with the ships behind me.
Okay, got it.
Opening fire on any ship that we could turn our guns to. Train our guns on a new target that is in range and visible.
Okay, got it.
At this point.
Okay. How many grids is 16 knots, James?
it would show up as 1.6 grids.
Okay.
When did the Canberra come under fire? They weren't in my screenshot. They're just being shot at just now.
I don't know. I guess.
Canberra's holding course.
Alright, so they're going full speed, 32. And the Chicago following them.
Oh, also, yeah, Patterson is willing to move to another ship.
Okay, so we'll put him in the Canberra, and we'll have the Australia start coming out.
Where is the Canberra's card?
It's this Berwick card here.
Okay. So does it have any damage? Like I see a black thing.
No,
I don't know.
it's no,
Okay.
it's at full speed.
Oh, and Canberra's laying smoke again.
Oh, okay. So who had Crutchley? The Crutchley that's not Crutchley.
I think unicorn.
Oh, I'm crutch. Yeah, I'm crutchly.
Okay,
What you got?
so let him know that he has the Australia now, which is heading back from the transport fleet over here, and that
Okay.
the former Patterson player is now the Canberra player, and he's Australia.
So he's switching places.
Yeah, so he's now a new person in a new ship,
Okie doke.
which is who he was originally.
So who's running the Canberra now?
So now that's Patterson, the person called Patterson.
Yeah, I'll take care of that. Yeah.
I'll rename him so it's less confusing, maybe.
Langbard is turning.
Yay!
All right, are we ready for updates?
I think. Well, no, I haven't rolled.
No,
Combat.
Oh, sorry.
not even close.
All right, do we have torpedoes firing?
Yes, and
Wait, is
all
the-
my guns.
Wait, is the Yubari sinking or is it just on fire?
It's just on fire. Yeah, the Chokai's shooting at the Bagley, which I guess is in the smoke.
Mhm.
But I need to roll for that.
So all of the heavy cruisers secondaries are firing at the Backley as well as the Yubari and Tenryu.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for that.
If my ship were on fire, personally, I would focus on putting out the fire.
So
I think he's given it up as a lost cause.
oh yeah, don't forget if you got a big gun targeting a destroyer, there's a penalty. Yeah, that misses. Okay.
Um,
Is the Bagley shooting at someone, and is someone rolling for that, or do I need to?
The Bagley is not shooting at anybody because he's just going due south down to the smoke.
Canberra takes a hit.
Okay.
At what point do we give it to the Japanese?
Chicago takes a hit.
Well, then the Japanese are just barely turning southeast. So we'll, in a turn or two, we can show the Australia, and then we can show the transports and see if they want to go after those.
Hey James, Langbark keeps asking if his anti-aircraft gunners have shot down the float planes yet. He doesn't want to be illuminated.
Tell him that he shot down one of them, so he's less
Yeah.
illuminated.
Okay. And he also is trying to fire star shells to the north. Does that activate the other American group?
No, just for our sanity, no.
Thank you.
Okay. Is all the combat done?
Yep.
Okay.
On my end.
All right. So Crutchley's now in Australia. Patterson is now in Canberra. And good luck. 121.
All right. And the Canberra can see all the Japanese ships right now, right?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I stepped away from 1 second. Was there a question about Crutchley?
I don't think so.
All right. Are we doing screenshots?
Yep.
Yep.
121.
Easy screen.
All right, Admiral Mikawa. So your the Chokai turns south. You've got the Tenryu and Yubari following behind. Um, the U.S. destroyer continues to burn. The other destroyers turn south into the smoke cloud and is taking heavy fire from everyone. But you lose sight of how that damage is going as it turns south. You can see that a cruiser again heading southeast at full speed, laying another smoke trail behind it. And you can see that Godo has finally turned his fleet south, or southeast at least, and is heading that direction.
Okay, my ships as well as is to open fire on the American cruiser in the south. We are to continue heading south on this course.
Okay.
Are my float planes still intact?
Yeah, they're dropping parachute flares.
Mines are.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna continue heading south. Any word on my other ship that I'm supposed to have that got sent off on a chase?
They report that they are engaging the enemy destroyer, but nothing else.
Uh, so
They're
we're
they're
gonna
they're like 10 kilometers away
uh, so we're gonna continue our push south.
and firing on the cruiser.
Yeah, I'm gonna begin firing on the cruiser.
Got it. Let's see. This was at him. I think it was.
Hey, James, am I still responsible for Canberra?
So you
I am now over. I'm looking after the Australian.
Yeah, so you just have Australia now.
So Chicago is getting their seaplanes ready, so they're gonna be ready and they're gonna respond for action when needed. But Canberra, how is how are they getting fired upon from this far?
They can shoot really far.
In the dark?
Yeah,
They're not hitting anything. They're just wasting ammunition.
if they're illuminated. I mean, obviously it gets harder and harder and further away they are, but Is the Canberra still moving? Oh, we're waiting on XTX. How fast can the Yubari go? Oh,
Right now, 16 knots.
yeah, they're lagging behind.
No, the whole formation is slowed to their speed.
Oh, well, then they're both lagging behind.
Yeah. We have a little under 14,000 kiloyards, 11,000 kiloyards, rolling visibility.
Multiple shooting.
Hey!
How many points do I get for my excellent spelling with tabletop page?
Holy crap! The Japanese see it. Poor Australia. They're about to have a bad time.
GG.
That's pretty good.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Less than 12. So
I gotta say, I feel a little bit bad for the Americans.
Has the Australia been moved? Is he going 32 this direction?
Same direction, maximum speed.
eliminated, so that's 12 and 11 respectively.
What's the Bagley doing? Is he hiding in the smoke?
I think it should go farther than that, though.
13,
Who has the Bagley? Sinclair.
12.
Anyone? No one? Oh, he's with him.
Straight into a heavy cruiser upon
Okay.
exit of the smoke. Hi James, I heard this is the first battle of First Savo Island.
Congratulations. Yes.
It took quite a while. Honestly, I really want to fight second Savo with this system. I just want to see what it's like to jump some heavy cruisers with a battleship.
Yeah.
That's very fun.
Canberra takes 5 hits.
Oof. Did you mark it already?
No.
Oops.
And wait, actually can.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, the main thing is just Patterson is the one who takes like I can get through Sinclair's fairly quickly. It's
Yeah.
just kind of
I know.
Patterson.
He always takes forever.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
6. They take one from the secondaries too. God.
Wait, Canberra is taking evasive maneuvers eastwards.
Oh, so they take 5.
Okay, that reduces it.
5 damage in
Yeah.
1 turn.
He's getting shot by everyone.
I rolled 2 11s on my 8-inch turrets, and they're less than 12,000 yards away.
He's firing everything. His primaries and secondaries on the Aoba, and yeah.
Aoba's not illuminated.
I
Just-
genuinely
just do that
feel
one.
bad for
Yeah,
LWA
mechanical.
because he got fired on as the Patterson and got obliterated. Now he's gonna get obliterated as the Canberra. His luck is not today.
It's bad karma for taking forever to
Oh,
give
yeah.
orders.
Yeah, and cruisers they can't fire Star Shell, right? That's just a destroyer thing.
It's the small guns
Secondaries
can fire
can.
Star Shell, so if their secondary
Okay.
guns can fire it.
Or yeah, with his secondary guns, he wants to illuminate, the
Right.
Aoba, these cruisers over here, and with the main guns he wants to fire on the Aoba.
Sure.
Right.
What's the Bagley doing?
It's coming down, like the south it used to. Yeah.
Okay. Is he laying smoke or?
Oh, keep him. You took him too far. He's only at 16 knots, not 23.
Okay.
Not any smoke anymore. He's trying to get out. Yeah, there was not much to report. It was just in the middle of a smoke cloud. You can't really see much.
And who launched this torpedo? I forgot.
The Tenryu.
Okay, so that was going for Bagley.
Yeah.
So I'll roll that, which is long range. Tenryu can only shoot 3. He continues to dodge all the torpedoes.
Oh my god.
The king of maneuver here on accident.
Alright, have we rolled all the damages?
I've rolled mine.
Okay, next turn then. 123. Now the Australia is coming into view.
But yeah, yeah, the Bagley here could see the Imperial cruisers to the northeast,
Yes.
or that'd be a bit too far. Okay, okay.
What are you doing? Screenshots?
Yep.
Or 121, 123.
123. Alright, Admiral Mikawa, you continue due south, heading about 27 to 22 knots. The Tenryu and the Yubari are unable to keep up with you at that speed. They're falling behind. The Yubari is just too damaged to go faster. You can see the enemies mostly heading southeast away from you. You and the other cruisers pound the cruiser to your south. There are multiple hits. You don't know if it's from you or the other cruisers, but it is getting hit a good fair amount. And then your spotters find another cruiser heading directly towards you from the southeast.
Okay. Continue heading south and continue firing on um the cruiser that we were firing on, while also rotating some of our guns to fire on the new cruiser heading towards us. Is that cruiser lit up? Have our spotlights start lighting up that ship,
Okay. Um,
or is that too far
it's a little bit too far for that.
for the spotlights?
Yep.
Okay, so but we're able to see them
You can see them, yeah.
clearly.
You can see.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
have half our turrets begin opening fire on them, while the other half continue firing on the other ship that we've been firing upon.
Are you going at full speed or?
Slow down so that the other ship can keep pace with me.
Okay. Oh yeah, there's compasses over here. All sorts of fire.
Whoa.
Oof.
Those are mostly secondaries, but
So is Aoba going southwest now?
they wants his course to be straight south,
Good question.
but like
The flow
chink a
plane,
little bit to the west.
the
Oh, this
flow
poor
plane that
Bagley.
Chicago sent north. What happened to it,
So like that.
The
James?
Well, you got to show them. They got to go forward and then turn left a little bit.
Yeah.
Hello.
What?
The flow plane that went north from the Chicago. What happened to them?
Still flying around. Maybe got shot down. Who knows?
Okay, if it's alive, the Chicago wants it to go east and begin dropping star shells if they see an enemy.
Okay.
So
And
just
yeah,
east of the burning Patterson. And
yeah,
they're not gonna fire this turn.
the Bagley continues dropping is drop smoke again to continue southeast. Canberra repeat stays on the same course, keeps firing on the Ayoba.
The that cruiser's too far for torpedoes. If someone's
Oh,
Also, yeah, the Canberra doesn't have any torpedoes, right? Cruisers don't have torpedoes.
some do.
Does the Canberra?
It doesn't. No.
Okay.
has the Aoba taken any damage? No.
I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, so the numbers like the four on like the 4444 on the Bagley is okay. These are all the torpedoes, right?
Yep.
The Bagley has like another set of torpedoes to fire, I think, and it wants to fire at whatever it has the best solution on, which would be like the Aoba, I guess.
Everything's out of range for it. I think.
Is it? Let me see. It's 60,000, right? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, out to 12.
Nope. Misses.
All right. So I'm rolling for that to shoot this.
I've got an update for the Australia whenever somebody is ready to receive it.
Man, not shooting. 2-4. 5.
Two.
No wait. Yeah. No. 2, 3, 4.
So Canberra takes one more hit.
Three hits on the Australia.
Oops.
The Japanese seem to be doing a lot more damage to the Americans than the Americans do to the Japanese, even like when just exchanging fire.
The Japanese have 4 heavy cruisers with 8-inch guns in dual batteries. So like, those are some good modifiers.
Yeah, the Americans or the Allies are outgunned pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
the Australia just came into it, and the other two cruisers were hiding behind the smokescreen for a lot of it.
So the Australia should be turning east. They want to lay smoke, and they want to fire at the second ship on the eastern enemy column. I pointed a red arrow at it.
Okay, I'll roll for that. 3 is a nothing burger. Okay, they miss.
No surprises there.
2 more hits on the Bagley from the Ubari.
Oof. Bagley can't take too much more.
I think honestly, if like as soon as like the first American cruiser goes down, I think it'd be best to just like call the game at that point.
Well, we're almost hitting that point anyway.
When does this game end? I might have to go soon.
I normally call it at 11:30 my time to, which is in 15 minutes. So we got probably one more turn, maybe two.
Okay.
All right. And all the damage done, rolled.
On my end, yes.
Okay,
For my Japanese.
I think we're good then. Is the Chicago shooting at something? Who has the Chicago?
Did the Canberra hit anything?
I don't think I've rolled for him yet. Who are they targeting?
The Aoba.
All right.
Oh, I did roll for that. No, I didn't roll for that. Who has the Chicago? Who's got Boda? Bode. It's a big miss too. Okay.
They missed.
Yeah. All right. Next turn. It's 125.
125 by.
What was the time again? Sorry.
125.
Did the Australia was supposed to turn east and lay smoke? I don't see any changes. Can we make some moves?
Australia was.
Yeah. I'm trying to smoke the transports, basically.
Alright.
Beautiful. 25.
Yep. 125.
Aoba just spotted the transports.
Ooh. Alright, Admiral Mikawa, you continue heading south at a fairly slow speed, firing the forward batteries at the cruiser south of you. You can see a new cruiser emerging from the smoke, heading east. That one destroyer is limping along, heading south, laying smoke behind it as well. And the that's about it. You're not taking. You're getting shot at a little bit, but not taking much. Most shots are missing now. At pretty extreme ranges, especially for the dark.
Okay, how fast am I going right now?
So you're matching speeds with the Yubari, which is going 16 knots.
Okay, so continue heading south and continue opening fire on the enemy.
Okay. You targeting the cruiser that's dead south of you now, the new one.
Yeah, so stop targeting the destroyer and begin targeting that cruiser.
Okay, got it.
Hey, James, has the Australia got any torpedoes?
No.
What do they got?
We got a hangar and float plane and a bunch of guns.
What kind of 5-inch guns?
4-inch and an 8-inch.
All right.
Do I give screenshots now?
For 125, yes. If you haven't yet.
Yeah.
Eight. Two hits.
Yes. Maybe a hit. One hit. One more hit on the Bagley.
Oof. Where'd the Aoba go? There it is.
First in line.
Did you put it on Bagley already?
I haven't put the damage down. I'll do it.
I got it.
Is that right?
Thank you. One more hit and it's sunk.
Roll for critical.
You know what, I'm just gonna.
Oh no.
What?
Uh,
Sunk my battleship.
it. I think I hit the ammunition.
Ooh.
Oh no, wait. Sorry, that's a full flood. Never mind.
On the Bagley?
Yeah.
That's enough to sink it. Where's that fire?
Seven. 8-inch shells. 9.
Wait, so has the Aoba been hit at all by the
It just got hit.
Canberra?
Yeah. No, by the Australia.
So the Canberra just had awful luck the past few turns rolling.
I'm rolling for it now. I don't know. Sorry. I lost track of what I was doing. Oh yeah.
Also, you asked me to ask you about the prevailing wind direction to see, since he's going so slow, if some of the smoke could get blown back over his own ship.
Savo Island wind direction. It is blowing
Also-
southeast.
Okay, so maybe a little smoke over his ship to like act as cover or something.
On
3
who?
hits on the Australia.
Also, the Bagley player had to leave because it's like 6 a.m. for him. He has to go to work.
Well, it just blew up, so
Oh, good time.
good timing.
I might have to leave soon.
That's a miss.
Yeah, thank
Miss
you,
on
and
the Canberra.
thank you, Squire and James, for running the combat. I wish if I had more time today, I would have read more thoroughly through the combat rules.
That's all right.
No problem.
Chinley, if you need to go, you can go. I think we'll come to the lobby next turn. 9.
Is wait, what's the range on torpedoes again?
6,000.
6,000 meters.
Someone take over Chicago.
Still out of range.
Okay.
I got it.
The Australia is
Thank you,
still
James.
shooting at the same target. It's taking evasive maneuvers.
Oh, so then it's 2 hits instead.
Yeah, Canberra is still firing at the Aoba. I don't think it's doing evasive maneuvers anymore.
Okay. I think. I mean, I think the Japanese are going to get to the Cham sports and be able to do some damage against them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think this is pretty clear, like Imperial victory.
yeah.
We got so destroyed 2 destroyers. The Chicago is almost dead. The Canberra is almost dead. And then the Australia's going to be on its own and in trouble. So, all right, let's bring everyone to lobby.
All right.
Oh,
All right, welcome everyone.
Hey.
So before I show things and talk about what went down, let's hear from the CICs from both teams, starting with the Japanese CIC Mikawa. How do you think you're doing right now?
Uh, to be honest, um, from my perspective, it's still up in the air. Like, I feel like maybe there was some miscommunications at first of what we were trying to do, but we're trying to reorder everything back, and so it's kind of like confused right now, in my perspective, to be honest.
Okay. Crutchley?
For me, it depends on circumstances beyond my knowledge. So I would say if what I think is happening, we're winning. If that's not happening, we're losing.
Okay. Let me share my screen. All right. So, Unicorn, will you mute yourself? I'm getting feedback from you. Yeah, if everyone will mute themselves while they're not talking, I'd appreciate it. So, this is the Battle of Savo Island again. I wanted to do it completely over again, although it is different from the last game in that we had about half as many players and umpires, which did help a lot. So I didn't involve the northern fleet at all. Um, so the allies were outgunned, outweighted, outclassed. So you had a difficult challenge to start with, and you didn't know. I was mean to you and told you you were doing a different scenario, so you didn't know what this was, which was on purpose because last time, I told the allies it was Savo Island. So I think a major part of Savo Island was that the allies didn't communicate well and didn't know what was going on, and so when we did this previously, knowing that it was Savo Island, everyone immediately reacted before they would have even known to react, and like did all the right decisions, which is why the Japanese got destroyed. And this one, I hit it from the Allies, so they didn't know what battle they were fighting. There's a lot more unknowns, and they reacted more realistically, I think. Um, I also changed the rules so it was less deadly, and we saw that because it took a while. It took a bit longer for ships to die. Um, so, yep. But I will say, so having this is the second World War II naval fight. I don't think I want to do any more live again because it's chaotic and it's a lot. I mean, I've simplified the rules to I feel like the bare minimum you can do and still be realistic for World War II, and even then, it's a lot for a live game just to track all the modifiers. So, I don't think I'll do a live naval World War II game again. I'd leave it for play by posts just because of how complicated it can get. Still fun though. So we went very historical. So the Japanese fleet's coming in this way, as they did historically, and the Southern fleet was coming right at them, unbeknownst to them. The Japanese had a turn where they spotted the Americans or the Allies before the Allies, actually 2 turns maybe, before the Allies spotted them. And straight off the bat, the Chokai turned south, and then the cruisers turned north. And so the cruisers were kind of, I think it was one of the Japanese. So the Allies did a lot better communicating. The Japanese took a while to figure things out, and for a little while, it seemed like they were just going to leave and do nothing. Um, but the cruisers were heading that way. Eventually, Chokai turned this way, um, the Allies, let's see, they're heading this way. I'm trying to remember what exactly happened, but there's some back and forth with the destroyers here, some torpedo shot back and forth, which I was happy to see. The first game we did, there's hardly any torpedoes. This one had lots and lots. But basically, the Japanese, went this way and then turned this way, and as you can see now, they're heading south in two columns. The Patterson was destroyed a few minutes past, and this last turn, the Bagley was finally killed off. It's burning and sinking. So the two destroyers fought bravely and did their best to buy time and protect their cruisers, but they paid the price for it. The Chicago and the Canberra aren't in great shape yet either, so they're trading fire but taking a lot of hits, and they're both running slow and close to also sinking. Australia, which came into the fight later on, is laying smoke to cover the transports, but starting to take heavy fire from the four cruisers and is about to be on its own. So if we play this out to its end, well, I guess let me show the Japanese. So the Chokai has taken the most damage. The Chokai and the Yubari have taken the most overall. The Yubari is in pretty bad shape. The Chokai's taken about almost half the hits it can. But other than that, these four cruisers are pretty healthy. And so if we continued going, I see them continuing to push south. I think the Chicago and or the Canberra would be sunk. And the Australia would probably be able to escape, but not protect. Well, I don't know. Maybe it'd sacrifice itself trying to protect the transports. But either way, I think the transports would be hit, and so it would be a pretty significant Japanese victory. Let me see if there's. Oh, one other humorous thing to note. I think there were at least 20 torpedoes shot at the Bagley, and none of them ever hit. It was dodging torpedoes left and right the whole fight, so that was well done, I guess. Everyone else, I think, took. I know the Chokai took one hit, the Patterson took a hit. I think the Chicago and Canberra each took one as well, with the torpedo salvos that were sent early on. And that's about it. So I'm going to turn it over to the umpires to share their thoughts, and then we'll hear from all the players. So, Umpire Squire. Don't forget to unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had basically everyone on the Japanese team other than the flagship. It was sort of a story of two matches where the heavy cruiser squadron wandered a little bit, but in the end, I think put themselves in basically the perfect spot to accomplish the ultimate Japanese objective. Whereas the light cruiser squadron got themselves stuck in pretty heavily right away, but had awful dice luck, and so spent multiple turns just trying to, do the Adam Driver on the Salt Planet meme and kill and shoot everything more into the American destroyers until they finally put them down. They paid a price for their efforts, but I think they ultimately got the job done, and I think the Japanese players ultimately put themselves in the right position to achieve the operational objective.
All right, thank you. Umpire Unicorn?
Yeah, I had Crotchley, who commanded initially. He commanded the Canberra, the American cruiser, and then transferred to the Australia later on. He was in a really tough spot, basically watching his allied ships taking tons and tons of fire, dropping a lot of smoke. It was very difficult for him to see what was going on. And I think he operated sensibly and defensively to try to preserve his command. I don't know that he had a lot of other options. He was in a really difficult spot, and I think he did a fine job trying to preserve his forces as well as he could under pretty intense assault. So,
Yep.
Well played.
Umpire XDX?
I definitely agree with James about, World War II naval combat is very mechanically complex compared to, what Kriegspiel normally covers. I didn't really do much of the combat side of things. I was mostly just kind of moving things around and, giving the idea to the guys running the combat about who was shooting at who. Um, so yeah, I definitely think collectively there was probably better ways to run things. It was very chaotic. It was very. It's just hard to run these naval games, I think, in such a short time frame with orders.
Yep. All right. Now let's hear from the players. So a couple had to drop out, but I'm just working top to bottom. So Jacko, who ran 2IC with Crutchley, or Jaco.
Uh, yeah, that was rather unfortunate. Um, I guess it would have been nice to know where we were when we started, but, oh well. Um, I don't really got anything.
Okay.
Ask Crutchley.
No worries. All right. Well, he's next. Crutchley.
Yeah, so I had Unicorn. He did a great job for his first live game. I was pleasantly surprised how well he was keeping up with stuff. I know how mechanically complex this kind of game is, so kudos to all of you umpires for having this work. And also, yes, you were absolutely correct in not telling us what was going on and giving us a false briefing, basically, because we spent a lot of time planning for something that didn't matter. So that we were caught by surprise, and I was happy that we did not, upon first contact, continue advancing towards the Japanese and instead turned away. I think that probably saved us from running to that big cruiser force beforehand or earlier. I think the destroyers did a fantastic job with smoke screens. That's one of the other reasons we're still alive. Um, but honestly, I don't think I could have done anything differently. I don't think I physically have the firepower to take on this force. Um, so yeah, I thought my team did a very good job in staying alive and dishing out damage where we could.
All right. Thank you. Rear Admiral. I can't see names, but Langbart. Goto.
Well, yeah, I had a very fun time. The idea of us was to head north with the cruisers so we can stay hidden against the backdrop of the island and maybe draw the US forces into two directions, split them up. That didn't work out as planned, but it got us into a good position and it kept the range open. I was responsible for a lot of the torpedoes in the water. I think I ordered my port side to fire torpedoes in the last round. I'm not sure if they could actually do it against Australia. If they did, that would be devastating because everything that missed Australia would have hit the transports. Otherwise, well, I think only my lead ship took minor damage, and I think one very small shell hit my last ship. So I'm in pretty good shape, and I'm dishing out very good damage to the cruisers around me.
All right. Next up, Rear Admiral Matsuyama.
I have to say, although I do have a sneaking suspicion that the torpedoes, the reason why they did not hit, because of faulty equipment. I have to say, whoever was commanding those two little ships I was fighting against did a really good job. The ships really knew how to dance around, so. Other than that, my entire game was just shooting two ships, so I don't think I have much to say.
Okay. Lastly, Vice Admiral Mikawa.
So pretty much, I'm kind of still like the same with the how I talked earlier. It was kind of confusing at first, but then after a while, we were able to, you, you know, get our lines straight, and we were able to lay some damage. So it ended up coming out a lot better than I thought. So I'm happy with the outcome, to be honest.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for playing. Next week will be a different style game than I've done before. It will be in the air, World War II air battles. So we got lots of spots for it too, if anyone's interested. With that, everyone have a lovely night. Welcome to stay here and hang out. And for those that actually watch the YouTube video to the very end, you get a special prize. Thanks.